February is the love month, and I'm sure you're expecting this is going to be something about relationship. But since this is the Roma Miclat podcast, it's going to be different. Yes, it's all about love. Yes, it's all about relationship. But on this episode, it's all about self-love. Pero bago ang lahat, don't forget to click on the subscribe button so you won't miss out any of my upcoming episodes. The podcast is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you're getting your podcast fix. And if you like watching my vidcast, just go to YouTube and search for the Roma Miclat podcast. All right, so on this episode, I will be joined by Emil. He is a commercial program manager in a logistics company. He's been in Singapore for 12 years now. He loves to do boxing, warrior fit, and swimming, or yung circuit training. Tama ba? Tama ba yun? Yes. And he's got a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Turning brown. Turning brown soon.
Yes. While Hasmin is a project manager in the bank industry. She's been in Singapore for 13 years now. She loves dancing and traveling and recently found her love for Muay Thai and boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, your searchies for today, charot. Emil and Hasmin.
Hi.
Hello, Roma.
Hi, Roma.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I am not sure, Roma, why you have invited us here. And your topic is self-love.
Yes.
No, actually, I'm very excited. This is mga podcast virgins tong mga guests ko.
Correct. Oo nga. Virgin in many ways. Yes. Definitely podcast first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Don't worry, guys. I'll be gentle with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh
Bring
my
it to me
God.
gently. Yes.
Yeah. And so, yes, like I said earlier, our topic today is all about self-care or
Yes.
self-love. Actually, it goes hand in hand. For you guys, what is self-care? And I mean, how do you define that word?
Yeah, I think self-care for me is more about taking care of yourself. But as you say, right, I think there is really a thin line between self-care and self-love. I think self-love is much more deeper. I think self-care is part of self-love, but it's self-care is not necessarily self-love.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's very interesting actually because the definition of self-love really, I should say, differ from different people, right? I mean, it really can be defined based on what we were talking about before, like the culture, the experiences, the period of your life at this very minute, for example. So for me, self-love ultimately is about looking after or prioritizing your well-being, your happiness, and making sure that you look after yourself, really.
It's for you guys. Have you been practicing self-love or self-care ever since? Or was there a time where you didn't even know that you're already, not taking care of yourself? Because right now, I mean, self-care, self-love is a big sort of partner rin siya ng wellness industry, diba? Because they're promoting, you should do this for self-care, for self-love, massage, shopping, coffee time with yourself.
Salon.
Yes, salon. So maraming kumikitang business dyan. But we have to go or look at it on a deeper level because it's more than the money's worth, to be honest, diba?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So
That's right.
my question is, were you already practicing this parang way back, or was there ever a time na hindi nyo na-realize na, oh my gosh, pinapabayaan ko na pala yung sarili ko?
Ay, gusto ko yan. I like that question.
Yes.
Oo, kasi ako, very, very much so, conscious ako. I mean, when I say conscious, I was particularly not aware before that I need to look after myself, right? And again, it's not just about going to the salon or, doing those spas or whatever, right? Those kind of, I would say, monetary related care for yourself, if you will, right? So on a deeper level, I haven't been conscious or aware enough that I need to look after myself. Let's put it that way before. So for me, I realized that based on my definition of self-love, actually, at a particular moment in my life. So, like I said, right, when you asked me probably 4-5 years ago, my definition of self-love is almost non-existent. Or maybe I might define it differently, i.e., I might say, okay, self-love to me is actually caring for another person, if you know what I mean. So it's almost selfless.
Non-existent. Grabe siya.
Yes, because you know what I mean. Because again, like I said, right, partly is because I think the upbringing, the experience, the culture that we've had, right? Because sa mga Pilipino, it's also on a I would say on specific time in our lives, right? Like yung religion, partly naging influence nila. Kasi di ba lagi na sinasabi Christ-like. I'm a Catholic, but what I'm trying to say is that yung definition natin ng self-love is you need to be Christ-like. You know what I mean?
You have to be selfless.
Selfless, exactly. Yeah. Sacrifice. Yan. Yung mga ganyan. So, yun yung parang naging, na-instill sa'yo ever since. So, that's why I say it's non-existent. Kasi to me, when I serve somebody, when I give love to my loved ones, friends, and what have you, that's, in a way, self-love, but it's selfless. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a paradox there.
Yeah, I guess Hasmin's language of love is service, right? So you love, like when you love someone, you give everything to that person, you serve it, you give service to that person, you take care of that person.
Yes, correct. So selfless siya. It's self-love, but it's selfless. You know what I mean?
I mean to a certain degree, right? I can agree with you because when you say self-love, right, you are thinking about yourself. Tapos, if you are giving your love to other person, that person is gonna reciprocate that love, and that means that you will be taken care of. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, I think that's your definition.
That's right. That's right. And again, like I said before, din kasi nga medyo may bahid ng religion, di ba? So pag may self-love ka, equal selfish. So there's no such thing as self-love. Parang gano'n.
Parang wala kang panalo, no?
Oo, parang hindi, bawal magmahal sa sarili mo kasi selfish ka. Pagka ginawa mo yon. Yun yung dati. Yun yung conventional way of, thinking. Diba? Parang yun yung definition.
Kasi na-realize ni Hasmin, hindi naman siya si Mother Teresa. Diba?
Exactly! Besh!
Wait lang!
Uy, in fairness, akala ko mag-madre ako before. But anyway, so yun na nga. So, because of certain events in my life at that time, this was really my awakening, no? Parang, I thought of like, okay, let me step back. Pero medyo ako parang nauntog ka, parang shidake ako parang, hey, girl! Parang ganon. You need to relook at your life. Yon. So doon ako nagkaroon ng awareness and acknowledgement that I need to look after myself because actually, if I am loving myself and taking care of myself, I can give more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hindi ako ubos.
Yes, girl. Totoo yan.
Yes.
Totoo yan.
Yes.
True na true yan. Oo. Ikaw, Emil, bago natin halukayin yung mga pinagdaanan ni Hasmin na kanina.
Ay, wag na.
Excited
Hindi. Go, ikaw.
No, I think for me, as you mentioned, right, it's depende siya sa situation where you are in.
Yes.
So I think for me, yung realization na I needed some self-love, maybe during my lowest point. Normally, it happens during your lowest point. So for me, I had been away with my family for a long time, and then I was like having this what do you call this, relationship issues with your parents, maybe. Like because too far, siguro yung means of communication is also not that effective, or you are getting tired of that communication, and then you feel like, so parang exhausted ka, alam mo yun, because you are giving service to other people, and then you will have that guilt feeling if you take care of yourself, or if you think about yourself, you will be selfish. So medyo napagod ako. Then that's the time that I became like overweight. I don't know if you remember, but there was one time that there was one point in my life where I was I think 78 kilos. I mean, with my height, that's a lot. And then I'm also a heavy smoker.
Yeah.
So I mean, ang definition ko ng self-love during that time is to have fun and to smoke and to drink and to eat. Like
YOLO.
Yeah, when you are happy, when I was happy during the time, I eat. And then if I am sad and lonely, I also eat a lot.
Yeah.
So it feels like, like you
emotional,
feel like
eater.
Ayan, yes,
tama.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't show now, but but I was overweight before.
Yeah.
they have very different self-care and self-love definition and also awakening. Kumbaga, magkaiba yung pinaghuhugutan nila on when they identified na, oh my gosh, I need to take care of myself now na. Magkaiba. So, on this is the part where we will ask Emil and Hasmin to give, like, maybe, you know, i-share nyo naman yung story nyo on how yung journey towards, you know, understanding that I need self-love. Kasi I think most of our listeners or kung siguro they're not aware na, hindi, kailangan ko na pala ng self-love, napapabayaan ko na pala yung sarili ko. These are the manifestations of, nagpapabayaan ako sa sarili ko. Na parang gusto ko lagi kumain ng ice cream. Isang linggo na. Parang nakakatatlong tabo sa isang linggo. Tapos parang, di ba?
Pero alam mo, it's really quite difficult for you to identify na kailangan mo ng
to look after yourself.
Yes, yung awareness. Yeah.
Yes.
It's gonna take time.
It's gonna take time, and also because clouded ka nga rin, di ba, ng mga iba't ibang factors.
Yes.
So, minsan mahirapan kang i-identify na, kailangan ko ng mauntog and to take care of myself.
Yeah,
di ba?
That's true. Yeah.
So
I agree.
So guys, what can we say is your rock bottom?
Ay.
yung unang nag-react.
Oo, parang teka lang, parang may flashback bigla Roma. Ano ba?
Iiyak ka.
Joke only. But seriously, I mean, I think, you know, one of the reasons why I actually said yes to this podcast is because I really want to impart with your listeners as well, whomever will be able to either relate or somehow going through the same situation or had gone through the same situation. Now, there's always light at the end of the tunnel, right? Despite of this. So, in terms of the rock bottom, so I won't, very generic na lang.
Don't worry, Has, i-edit ko pa naman to, okay lang, matatanggal.
Paano ba? So, ano being rock bottom? So I was talking about this particular, I would say, period in my life. So I was talking about a relationship that I've had with someone, basically, right? So I mean, ako yung tipong BS, ano ba to? No boyfriend since birth. NSBS ba? Tama ba? No boyfriend since birth. Oo, tama. NBSB. Yan.
Yes.
No boyfriend since birth. O pati acronym, nalilito ako, di ba? Ayan.
Excited masyado.
Excited mag-share. So yun. So obviously, you're young. You have this idea of, you know, a perfect relationship, because I mean, I came from a broken family, right? So obviously, when it's my turn to build my own family or see myself with someone, obviously you have that ideal, right?
Yes,
picture
I
in your
agree.
head. So, and you don't go, I mean, I personally don't go to a relationship thinking that it won't last forever, right? So, you know, I mean, I'm very hopeless romantic. I have this, you know, pag nanonood ako ng movie, memorize ko yung mga lines, mga ganyan, mga Bridget Jones, mga ganyan.
Ganon.
Mga ganyan. Very, yan, So, hopeless romantic ang lola mo. This is my chance to actually do it, you know, like in my own life, kumbaga. So, when somebody, you know, when I met this someone, okay, sabihin na natin ganyan,
Not me,
ayaw niya talaga. So, yun.
Grabe, haba ni reject.
Disclaimer, hindi ko si Emil yun. Okay? Hindi ko siya jowa or ex. Okay? So, klaruhin lang natin.
Yes.
Ikaw talaga. Okay. So, you know, kidding aside, but basically, so when this person expressed interest, and obviously it's a mutual, you know, I would say interest. So, we've become like boyfriend, girlfriend officially. Ganyan. So, you know, yun. So,
Sa patunayan naman ni Hasmin na hindi siya multi-level marketing. hindi siya inofera na insurance, diba?
Oo, ganyan. So, yeah, kasi siya rin yung perfect, you know, siya yung perfect, I would say, boyfriend na family man. Ano mo, nasa kanya na eh.
Alam mo,
matalino.
hindi kami naniniwala sa mga sabi-sabi. Pictures!
Wag na.
Just kidding.
Alam mo yon, yung mga, alam mo yon, yung ideal, definition, like family man, number 1 yan, di ba sa atin lagi family. Kaya ngayon, di ako naniniwala kung kay family man, ano siya, I'm dead. No. But kidding aside,
totoo naman yan. Kasi there are different kinds of... No, totoo. Kasi kinds of family man. May family man na mabait kasi when you say family man, may focus sa pamilya. Minsan kasi, they love their kids but not the wife. Or they love the wife, not the kids. Alam mo yun? May ganun eh. But you can say naman na hindi siya family man. Parang, pero pumili lang siya. Ganun. Hindi siya yung talagang entire package.
Selective ba? Oo, selective. Ayun. Tama naman. May point ka dyan. So, kasi siya yung tipong ideal brother, ganyan. Look after the other siblings, parents. Matalino, maganda trabaho, walang bisyo. Alam mo yun? Cut story short. So we've been in a relationship for a long while. And then, at some point, there's been, like, as usual in any relationship, merong ups and downs, diba? May mga issues and what have you. So, dumating ako sa point na parang, kasi ako, nakita ko sa mom ko, parang siya mag-asikaso. So, ganun ako. Kaya nga sabi yung definition ko dati, parang selfless. Dapat, bigay mo lahat, ganyan, asikaso. Tapos, narealize ko na parang, teka lang, parang may mali. Alam mo yun? Ganon. Parang, alam mo yun, although when you love someone, you don't really think about it because you do it out of love, right? But at some point, because of certain circumstances, right? Yung magpaparealize sa'yo na, sabi mo nga, it's not reciprocated. Doon mo ma-realize na parang one way lang siya, parang may mali.
So, gano'n mo katagal? How long was the relationship and how long it took you for you to realize na, oh my gosh. Parang hindi naman.
6 years.
Wow.
6 years?
Medyo more than, grabe, 6 years?
6 years. And also, you know what, to be honest with you, now that we're talking about it, I just realized na yung medyo on the rocks na. Alam kong papunta na sa worse, kumbaga.
You had the tingly feeling, the spidey sense.
Meron akong eureka moment. Parang sabi ko, you know what? And this is again, to your point, right? You will not be able to determine na kailangan mo ng self-love until you are mentally aware. Kasi pag may emotional may emotional baggage, may emotional element, naka-cloud ang rational thinking mo. Alam mo yan eh. At the back of your head, alam mo na you have to take care of yourself. But because you have that emotional element, minsan na over power.
Yun yung yung mga, kasi baka naman,
diba?
kasi.
Di ba yung mga kaibigan mo sinasabi sa'yo, yung tanga mo, iwanan mo na yan.
Hindi naman, guys.
Yes! Nagdagi ni siya, ganon.
Nag-overthink siya, hindi na kami nagkikita ng 7 days kasi ng future, ganyan.
Lagi mo gina-justify, di ba?
Yes,
kasi may emotional ka. Kaya nga sabi ko, one of the things na na-realize ko, when you are talking to somebody na merong ganyang emotional, kumbaga, I would say, journey na pinagdadaanan, tapos nagbibigay ka ng advice, you have to always think na and acknowledge na merong emotions involved. Kasi ikaw, outside the situation ka, so you can think logically. But when you're inside the situation at may emotions involved, that's when you cannot think straight. For sure. So going back to your question, when did I acknowledge na kailangan ko nang tingnan yung sarili ko or look to see na, okay, ikaw ba, you are actually giving self-love. Yun na yun. So I've made a conscious decision. Pinigilan ko na may emotions involved. Although nandun siya, I've made a conscious decision na I need to start, for example, ang naging isang diversion ko, going to the gym. Okay? Because I told myself, I need to be physically and mentally strong. Para bago namin marating yung point ng pinnacle nung situation na yon, ready na ako. You know what I mean? As much as yung emotions, wala kang magagawa dyan eh. Kasi you can never tell until you're in the situation. So I did actually make a conscious decision na kailangan ko pumunta sa gym. Diba yun yung bonggang-bonggang, nag-gym ako talaga. Kasi diversion ko din siya eh. So doon ako nag-lose weight and everything. That's why when the time came na hihiwalay na kami, I was emotionally, alam mo yun, kumbaga rock bottom talaga. Alam mo yun, doon yung talagang...
Pero fabulous, ganyan.
Oo, pero sabi ko, I will never allow myself... Oo, correct, dati yun. Sabi ko, I will never allow myself, yung pinangako sa sarili ko, na maging losyang.
Say that again, para marinig ng mga nakikinig dito. Oo, ulitin mo, please.
I don't want to get out of this, relationship or this situation na iniwan na nga ako, for example, losyang pa ako, parang talon-talon na ako, wala na akong iniwan sa sarili ko.
Yes, mama. Yes, mama.
Yay!
Yes,
so,
sobra.
alam mo yun, I didn't really allow myself na, alam mo yun, maging losyang. Yun yung number one. Yung ayokong ayokong i-down ng bonggang-bongga yung sarili ko. Kasi I know I can do something about it. Not that I'm looking for another partner, but I'm doing it for myself. Ayun na yung start ko ng acknowledging that I need to actually have self-love. Yan.
Take care of yourself.
Yes,
But
yes.
Emil,
yes.
were you friends already when she was
Yes.
going through that? Hindi mo siya inalog? Ganyan. Hindi mo siya sinampalso.
Actually, nandun na sila at the very end. Yun na yung nasa
Bottom.
nandun na ako sa bottom.
I see.
Oo, nung na-meet ko sila.
Ah.
Kaya din mo, pag positive ka actually, you attract the right people in your life. Like sila.
Yes.
Female.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oo. O, diba? Ang haba ng story ako.
You guys been friends for how long na?
5 years?
Mm-mm.
Tama ba?
More than that, I think.
5 years? Oo. Kasi we've been acquainted, pero hindi kami close
As in,
talaga.
we don't go out. We just meet in some like parties.
So kilala nila kung sino yung partner ko at that time. So, party na. Yun.
Ex-partner.
Ganyan.
Ex-partner.
So meron na silang mga napapansin at that time, pero kasi hindi kami close. No?
Yeah.
We're acquainted, pero
We didn't tell you at all, right?
no. Nothing. There's no like conversation to that
But
extent.
we told the common friend.
The common friend. Yung observations nyo.
Yes.
That was never revealed until yun na. Nag-close na kami. Oo.
Emil, as a
Ganyan.
friend, bakit hindi nyo siya parang inalog or sinabihan na, girl, alam mo, medyo tanga-tanga ka dyan, ano? Ganon. Or na-feel niya na parang yung effort natin, feeling ko, it will be fruitless din naman pag sobrang katangahan nito sa pag-ibig no?
Kasi I think, during that time, we are not that close yet.
I see. Okay.
You know, like our relationship is more like acquaintance.
Yeah.
You know, we meet in parties
Yeah.
and then we say hi, hello,
Hi,
you know, how are you?
Yeah.
So, hindi pa kami ganun talagang friends. Wala pa yung relationship na friendship. So, ang nangyari nun, yung common friend namin, doon kami nagsasabi na, uy, ganito, ay talaga ba? Yung doon namin na-open up yung mga observations namin.
Doon yung pinapadaan. Pero you still,
pinapadaan.
kumbaga yung care nyo, since ayaw nyo naman masyadong feeling close agad-agad, doon yung
Close,
pinapadaan.
yeah.
Yes, oo.
Correct.
Oo.
Which is a good, alam mo, din kasi minsan yun yung importansya ng role ng friends, diba? Not that, kasi may iba kasi nasasabihin niya, ay naku, ayoko makialam dyan kasi, personal niyang buhay yan. But sometimes, you're placed in someone's life for you to do something. Baka kasi kailangan niya ng tulong and ikaw yung binigay ni God to help her or to help him, diba? And that's a good thing na when you were together when you already know each other and isa ka dun sa mga naging anchor ni Hasmin to go back to sanity, diba?
Anchor talaga?
No, anchor talaga.
Anchor. Yes. Definitely malaking bagay yung sila Emil and the other friends that I've had here. Kasi at the end of the day, mag-isa ka sa uuwian. Like for me, for example, I live alone. When you're outside and you know that you have your friends, which I consider my family na, you know, and like I said, I know they are the right people that God, right, really put there in that situation. Alam mo yun? Alam niya Naniniwala talaga ako na, alam mo yun, alam niya kung sino yung, which people will be given to me and surround me at that time. So, kaya, di ba, thank you, Besh? Ganyan. Oo.
Walang mali sa Besh. Ganyan.
Besh, Oo. Ano ba yan? Okay, go!
What about you, Emil? Ano naman yung point sa buhay mo na, yung rock bottom, and kumbaga na-realize mo na I need to do something for myself. Not for anyone, not for my family, not for a special person, but for myself. Ganon.
2012 actually when I was
I
can still
may year.
I can still vividly remember you know like what's happening in my life during that period, you know. I mentioned about my family, right? My relationship with my parents. I'm an only child. So parang ako na rin yung breadwinner kasi nag-retire na rin sila parehas sa work nila. So ako na nagpo-provide. Aside from that, I am also struggling in terms of my career. You know, like I'm trying to question, is this something that I would like to do, like at least for the next 10 years of my life. Is this the career that I want? Like, am I really enjoying it? Or, and the reason why I am asking myself is because I'm a very passionate and hardworking person. So for me to feel this way, there must be something wrong.
Was it
So,
burnout? Kasi I guess maraming makaka-relate sa'yo, Emil. Kasi, di ba, yung alam mo yung fatigue sa career.
Yes.
Na kung batang-bata ka nag-start mag-work. I guess for you, nag-move naman yung career mo. It's just that you were having doubts if that's really for you. Yung iba kasi, they started at this level, after 10 years, doon pa din sila, alam mo yun, and they are already feeling the fatigue ng sa career.
Exhaustion.
Yes,
You feel exhausted.
Yes.
You feel exhausted and wala lang. Tapos you feel down and depressed. I don't know if that is I don't know if it's midlife crisis.
I guess, yeah.
That parang you are in a crossroad wherein you don't know where to go. And you feel lonely and you feel depressed. And then you are becoming like not really a better version of yourself because you are smoking really hard. Then you eat a lot. Then you see yourself, like very big. Parang nawawalan ka na rin ng respeto sa sarili mo. Alam mo yun, na parang tama ba yun?
Pinabayaan mo na.
Pinabayaan ko na. Parang ganun. So, ayun yung feeling ko na rock bottom ko. So, that is when I decided. Actually, one of the things that I can still remember during that time is that Manny Pacquiao and Marquez.
Yeah, the fight.
The fight in 2012, I think that was in Las Vegas. I watched that fight and Pacquiao lost that fight. And yun yung parang na-realize ko na even champions, they can still fail.
Oh,
yes.
May ganyan.
Totoo.
But then they have to get up, dust themselves up, and then just move on and go continue trying.
Yes.
So yun yung parang na-realize ko. Naisip ko pa nga dati na sabi ko, what if I just go back to the Philippines and fix, like my life, or maybe migrate somewhere else and start and begin a new life. Fresh life. But then I realized that yung change kasi, it doesn't mean that you have to change your place of residence or anything, right? You can start your life wherever you are right now, as long as you recognize na kung ano yung mga kailangan mong baguhin.
What's the root cause?
Yeah. So yun, parang yun yung rock bottom, tapos tumigil ako. Tapos actually, I'm financially struggling also during the time.
Sabay-sabay.
And sabay-sabay, parang, di ba, parang, teka lang.
Isa-isa. May Armalite
hindi ko na. Yeah. So, kaya parang ganun yung naramdaman ko. Pero, ayun, nung napanood ko nga yung kay Pacquiao, doon ako nag-start. Kaya siya naging martial arts.
Boxing talaga ang gusto mo.
Boxing talaga yung gusto ko. Kaya lang kasi yung gym na enrollan ko, I think, they offered me Muay Thai for my trial. For my trial class. Yeah. So, I was amazed by, the people. Tapos yung gym kasi medyo welcoming. Tapos parang they made you feel like you are part of their family, that they are willing to listen. Although I'm struggling financially during that time, I invested it, I invested actually self-care pa yun, not yet self-love. Kasi self-care is more like also allowing yourself to make mistakes. It's not just about taking care of yourself, but also acknowledging that, you can fail. And that's fine. You can always
make
get
mistakes,
Yung part na nakaya mong patawarin yung sarili mo for the mistakes that you did. And you're open to the idea na moving forward, magkakamali ka pa rin because you're just you're a human being. Yeah. Diba? And it's part of learning.
Correct.
Committing mistakes.
Oy, sabi ni Oprah, when you make a mistake, it's God saying to you, you're in the wrong direction. You need to move. You need to change it.
You need to
change lanes.
It doesn't mean that you made a mistake. That's the end. It's just God telling you,
redirection.
You need to go to a different direction. Yeah. Sabi ni Oprah yan.
Yes. And I mean, when you were struggling or when you were going through that phase, who was there for you? Kasi di ba, nandito ka sa Singapore noon and your family is back home. So who's your, kumbaga sino yung support system mo here?
Meron akong close friends. Actually, dalawa sila. Kasi si Hasmin, I don't think we are just acquainted during the time. So I have two friends who have, I have shared this stories with them. They even help me financially as well. Like they lend me money, so that I can survive or recover. So so these are the two special friends that help me a lot in dealing with all this shit that's coming up. I have a packed up life during that time, right? So,
kaya nga no? Talagang binibigay sa'yo, friends talaga, kasi yan ang mga nating OFWs. So without our families.
Oo, yun ang hirap eh. Ang hirap kasi ng may problema ka na nga, wala ka pang support system. Sometimes kasi that's, yun yung crucial. Like if you have the right support system with you, parang kaya mong malagpasan eh. Kahit gaano kalungkot yan. Alam mo, ang lungkot, ang hirap kalaban, to be honest, sa ating mga OFW. Ako, before kala ko, lang yun eh. Parang eme lang yun sa mga movies. Ganyan ako. Diyos ko, nung nandito na ako nalulungkot talaga ako, especially on holidays, kasi for me naman yung family ko is more on talagang pagka-tradisyon, ganyan, Pasko, bagong taon, parang I had to learn na okay lang yan, hindi kasi laging magkakasama, but it took me a while to actually accept na yung, alam mo yung lungkot na it's really yung bumabalot sa heart mo, and then for some reason gusto mong umiyak, ganon yung feeling.
Actually, may iiyak ka na lang minsan. Yung mga times talaga sa mall minsan, sa Vivo City, bigla nila ako mapapaluha. Out of the blue kasi yung lungkot.
Totoo yan. Ako, I remember at one time, one point in my life rather, yung talagang peak isa sa mga peaks nung aming, I would say argument, let's put it that way. I was alone in a room, tapos siya nasa Manila siya. Tinawag ko talaga yung lola't lola ko. Sabi ko, Mami, Daddy. Alam mo yun, parang humihingi ako ng strength. Alam mo yun? Kumukuha ako ng strength na para malampasan ko siya. Pero I must say, at the end of the day talaga, it's down to you eh. How mentally and emotionally strong you are. Kasi yung mga friends mo nandiyan lang sila. Obviously, it helps a lot, to support you. But at the end of the day, ikaw yan. It's you.
It's your decision to make.
Exactly. Yung mga conscious decisions, and yun nga, yung mental strength, napaka-importante niyan.
And yan guys, talaga. To those who are listening on this episode, having that mental strength na sinasabi ni Hasmin, it also means it's okay that you are crying. Because sometimes you really have to let out of that emotion. Totoo yun. Umiyak ka, umawa ka, you do the ugly cry, do it, whatever releases that emotions. Diba? Kasi, walang makakagawa niyan. It's ikaw lang sa sarili mo. Hindi, kahit sabihin namin, halimbawa si Hasmin umiyak, girl, ilabas mo yan, pero hindi siya nagle-let out, walang mangyayari.
Exactly.
So, kasi
actually,
it's a decision. Yes.
Actually, there were incidents also, like we are going out, having dinner. Minsan magkukwento siya. Minsan mas emotional pa ako yung naiiyak.
Nararamdaman niya yung pain ko. Oo. Oo nga, no?
Siguro 2 beses na yun.
Oo, naiyak sila sa akin.
Kumakain lang kami ng ramen. Tapos pinakwento niya.
Naman yung ramen na to, nakakaiyak.
Actually, manghang lang yung ramen. Joke. Oo. Kaya totoo. Pero that's true. Oo nga, no?
Yung kay kuya mo, naalala mo.
Oo, naiyak ka, tama. Oo nga.
Anything which has something to do with family and father and mother, like very madali ako makarelate.
Sensitive ka.
Not about the relationship, more on dun sa parents, family yan.
Thank you for sharing that, guys. Ngayon, I wanna ask, how did you overcome yung thought na self-care and self-love is not selfish? Kasi ang hirap ako, medyo struggling pa rin ako ngayon. Kasi di ba parang, alam mo minsan, like when I buy something, parang feeling ko, dapat bibilan ko rin ng something yung family ko sa Pilipinas. Kasi feeling ko, I don't deserve to enjoy things this much without even giving something else or something in return to those people that I love. Na parang sa akin, parang hindi fair yun. Ewan ko ba, parang screwed up ng fairness. yung concept ng fairness sa utak ko, parang medyo ganon. So, but I'm slowly learning that, it's not every time naman na you do something for yourself, dapat ma-equate mo yon for something sa pamilya mo or for the people you love. So, ako sa akin ngayon, continuous pa rin ako natututo. So, kayo guys, how did you overcome yung ganong concept ng it's okay to do something for yourself without even feeling guilty kasi ang lakas ng guilt eh.
Oo, totoo yan. Oo, sige, ikaw muna.
Ako, I don't think na-overcome ko na siya. I still have that feeling, like every time I'm going to splurge on something, sometimes I would think twice or thrice na do I really deserve this or should I just buy something else para paghahatian namin or something. Medyo selfless and sabi mo nga, di ba, medyo hindi tamang definition ng self-love, right? So, I'm still learning. So,
nasa pareho kaming zone ni Emil. What about you, Hasmin?
Ako, parang, ganun, actually, pare-pareho tayo eh. And I think, again, going back to the definition, and upbringing and culture and what have you, malaking influence yan eh, kung bakit ganyan tayo mag-isip. Kasi yung upbringing natin, yung concept, yung concept of yun na nga, yung sharing, sacrificing, lahat yan parang, halo-halo eh, na parang you cannot be prioritizing yourself. You always have to share. You always have to think of your loved ones, right? Kaya nga, di ba, religion is another thing kasi kailangan mo maging selfless.
Yes, mag-sacrifice.
Mag-sacrifice, ganyan. Marami pa rin akong episodes na ganyan, simple as eating. Alam mo yon. So, ako sabi ko, minsan naiiyak na lang ako pagkausap ko nanay ko dati, sabi ko, ako nakakakain ako dito ng kahit ano kung gusto ko. And how many times it doesn't matter. Alam mo yun, lahat nagagawa ko. Pero at the back of my mind, habang kumakain ako, inisip ko, kumain na kaya ang nanay ko or ang kuya ko dati.
Oh my God,
may ganun akong moment. Parang sabi ko, ang sarap-sarap ng kinakain ko. Ano kaya ulam nila ngayon? May ganun. At ganyan pa rin ako ngayon. Pero meron ding mga pagkakataon. And again, I think it helps na malayo ako. In a way, kasi I can still decide without having, or
too
being influenced. Oo, wala kang, yung guilt, try mong i-brush off eh. Kasi otherwise, wala kang magagawa sa sarili mo. You know what I mean?
Totoo.
And sa akin, katulad niyan, yung pagpunta ko sa gym, yung pag-take care ko sa sarili ko. Kasi ang lagi kong ini-instill sa utak ko, I'm doing this not only because I love myself and I'm giving, kumbaga, priority to my well-being and what have you, but because if I do that, I'll be able to take care of them also. Ganun naman ako. Ganun na yung pinapractice kong mindset. Kasi otherwise, I will not be able to support them. Diba? Sabi ko nga sa mom ko, kung hindi ako healthy, I don't make a conscious decision to live a lifestyle that will allow me to sustain it as much as I can and live, longer as much as I can to be able to provide and take care of them, then alam mo yan, they have to understand. And to be fair, yung mom ko, nag-iba na yung mindset niya. Naiintindihan na niya. Oo. Na-realize na rin niyo kasi there's a lot of unfortunate demises sa family, losses, and what have you. So na-realize na, yes, life is short, anak. So don't, don't feel guilty about it. It's okay.
Pero tingnan mo yung thinking mo pa rin to take care of them.
Diba? Pero
andulo pa rin sa kanila pa din.
Andun pa rin, pero you don't neglect yourself. Kasi yun ang difference. Diba? Kasi dati parang, sige, outward na, bigay lang ng bigay. Hindi mo na-realize, ikaw ubus ka na. Wala ka nang tinira. Alam mo yon. Kaya ka nababurn out din eh. Kasi wala ka nang tinira. Bawal kang magbigay sa sarili mo. Ganyan. So yun.
So medyo, diba, minsan din naman like when we give all out, wala naman nagtatanong, ikaw ba?
Ayan. Diba? Totoo. Hindi ka wala kinamusta, no?
Thank you agad. Tapos, ito yung next, ha? Pero wala man lang, ikaw, ano bang binili mo? Or what did you do for yourself? How did you relax with this, with say, the bonus that you got this holiday, di ba? Holiday season, walang hi, hello, hindi. Hi ate, pamasko ko
Nakakatakot yung mga one-liner, di ba? Hi ate, kamusta?
Pasko, teka lang,
malapit. Mga ganyan, nakatakot eh.
So yun walang magsasabi sa atin na, oy, Sunday na, self-care, oy, magpahinga ka naman. Wala. It's something that you impose to yourself. What about you, Emil? Would you like to add something?
Yun nga, parang parehas yung pagka sa family na medyo may guilt feeling nga, di ba? Pero that should not be the case. I mean, you need to have a conscious effort to think na you have to take care of yourself in order for you to take care of them.
Correct. At saka di ka naman nagpabaya eh. You know what I mean? Yun yung lagi nating dapat tandaan. Hindi naman tayo nagpapabaya. So long as we give them, what they need. Na hindi naman sila tipong nakatira sa ilalim ng tulay, no? Yeah. Parang ganon. Diba?
Ikaw, may gym ka? Naka-outfit from head to toe?
Exactly. To the extreme. Kasi yun eh. Doon kasi doon tayo, and I think maraming taong makaka-relate pag narinig nila to. Doon tayo nadadali. Kasi iniisip natin na wala tayong karapatan. The fact na pinaghirapan mo naman yun. Alam mo yun? So, but so long as hindi mo napapabayaan, that's okay. I think, in my view, that's okay.
Totoo naman, ang Pinoy, I don't know, is it not just Filipinos? I think Asian culture in general, na parang kailangan, pagka naging successful ka, kasama mo buong pamilya. Kasama mo sila, tataas din sila. Ganun. I mean, we're not saying it shouldn't be that way, pero minsan kasi you have to do something for yourself first, then the family, di ba?
Alam mo, dyan papasok yung word na prioritization.
Yes.
You need to know how to prioritize.
Kahit sa
ano ba
pamilya
yung
mo.
hierarchy of needs mo? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Ganyan.
Tama. Tsaka depende sa depende kung nasan kang point ng buhay mo, nagbabago ang iyong needs. Siyempre, pag bata ka, ibang ang priority mo, you graduate from school, get a good job, diba? Tapos pagka nasa 20, 25 ka na, iba na rin yung needs mo kasi you're more with friends, then you want to establish your career and find a family. Tapos diba, pagka may pamilya ka na, lalong nagbabago yun. Kasi ang priority mo na, pamilya mo na, hindi na family, hindi na I mean, you still love them, yes, but your focus is more on your own family. And sometimes kayong dalawa, you're not yet, diba, you don't have families. But for me, I'm married na. In the first couple of years that I was married, magulo pa rin sa utak ko na, kailangan, pa rin, kasama pa rin sila sa planning, ganyan. Hanggang sa na-realize ko na, hindi pala ganon. Dapat pala, priority ko na yung family ko. And no one was telling me to, how I should change my mindset. And it's something na self-taught mo, sort of, diba?
Yeah.
Pero dapat, I think lahat ng adult, they should understand na, yun nga, nagbabago-bago kasi ang priorities mo. Depende kung nasan kang sitwasyon sa buhay mo or point in your life.
Agree.
Ngayon, before we close this topic, what would you like to leave as an advice to our listeners kung sila man ay na hindi sila sure kung tawag na ba dito ay pagpapabaya sa sarili, or if they're looking for the right meaning or yung meaning talaga ng self-care and self-love. Hindi lang sa, again, hindi lang pag sa Starbucks ng Sunday or pamamasyal, ganun. Kasi I see a lot of those types of posts, especially on social media na parang, self-care Sunday, ganyan. So what can you leave to our audience or leave to our listeners?
Okay. I think for me, kasi yun ang pinakamahirap, yung when are you going to realize that you need your self-love, right? So yun yung pinakamahirap so kailangan na clear yung mind mo so that you are not clouded with different factors, right? Na pwedeng makapaghinder nung pagbibigay mo ng self-love sa sarili mo. So for me, I think kumanap kayo ng ng something na you really enjoy doing. So for example, for myself, right, I did martial arts. I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So nakatulong siya, big help siya because it helps me, like with my with my mental game. That it clears my mind so that I can make better decisions. Para hindi clouded, para yung talagang cognitive lang ang maggagana, hindi kasama yung emotional.
So you're saying na parang find your passion. Alam mo,
passion,
very important yan. I think bawat tao kailangan mayroon, bukod sa kasi diba, trabaho. I think you should also give yourself that chance to know what you're passionate about. Ano ba yung passion mo? Pwedeng gardening yan, pwedeng baking, pwedeng, drawing, reading, kung ano man yan. Parang, that is something that is for yourself. Hindi siya, hindi siya yung you have to earn, you have to earn, you have to earn. It's
Yes.
something. It's a time and a moment with yourself.
Yes, yes,
You're
yes. So
passionate.
I found my passion. So
Which is
yeah,
jiu-jitsu.
Martial,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
oo,
Yes, yes.
jiu-jitsu. Nakakaloka ang
Oo.
passion mo.
Yung mga ni si Hasmin nakaka.
Ang passion, iba ang passion niya. Na-rub naman sa akin, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Oo, yung passion na yan.
Yeah.
In fairness. Oo. Not BJJ, but, Muay Thai and boxing. So there you go.
Yes.
I think to an extent, I will just kind of extend whatever Emil has said.
Mhm.
It's doing something that you love, right? Because, yun nga, it actually, you need to acknowledge the fact that this is something that you're doing because it makes you happy.
Mhm.
More than anyone else, right? It's you. It's for you. And again, it's not selfish, right? You have to remember that and instill that in your head that it's not selfish to do what you love to do and to prioritize your well-being and happiness. Okay? So that's not selfish at all. So long as you acknowledge that, then you'll be able to then do that for yourself, and at the same time, you can share that with others as well, be it your family, your friends, and what have you, right? So yun, parang just a different, I think what I'm trying to say is a different mindset.
Mhm.
You need to have a different paradigm to be able to actually acknowledge and accept the fact that self-love, self-care, whatever you call it, is okay. Kasi when sabi nga dun sa sa Netflix na the minimalist, tama ba yun?
The minimalist. Yeah.
Tsaka yung less is more, yung second ata nila run of this Netflix series. Sabi nga doon, yung definition natin ng happiness, because it's also influenced by media, nawawala yung human ability to think. Kasi because of social media, which is the biggest, I would say, medium nowadays of, how people think, right? Or influence how you think. You thought that, okay, if I buy Yeezy, oh my God, I'm so guilty of that. If I buy Yeezy, for example, na-acknowledge ko naman. Pero talaga. So, na it will make me happy. It's what I need, parang ganyan. Pero actually, if you take out all of this, you ask yourself, what is it really that will make you happy when everything else is gone?
Mhm.
Ako, sa totoo lang ako, I acknowledge the fact that whatever, the things that will make me happy are the memories that I spend with my family, with my friends. Ano siya hindi siya physical, pero nandyan siya
Mhm.
Ako, I consciously make an effort and, make sure that my mom na ngayon ay 70 plus na I spend time with her, I expose her to like travels and what have you, kasi hindi siya nakakapag-travel ever. Alam mo yun? Kasi gusto ko pagka halimbawa tumanda na siya talaga na medyo kalimot-kalimot na siya, gusto ko maalala niya happy memories. Ganyan.
Yun lang daw talaga naman ang naaalala nila. Like for mga may Alzheimer's, they only remember the hardest memories, or the saddest, the hardest, and the happiest memories. Those are the things that they will keep on saying in sa
ganyan. Oo, ganyan. So yun, kaya sinasabi ko sa kanya na ako tulad ko, na mama, alam niya lahat ng activities pa actually. So alam niya, nag-gym ako, alam niya kung ano mga pinagbili-bili ko and what have you. No?
Alam niya ba na magpa-podcast ka at i-share mo?
Oo, pero
Hi,
sabi ko,
tita!
sinabi ko sa kanya yan. Oo, so, kasi, sabi niya nga, lagi naming cliche na, if you will, na lagi namin sinasabi, everything happens for a reason. Lagi naming term yan. Everything happens for a reason. And whatever the reason is, yun yung dapat mong hanapin. Parang gano'n. So, yun na nga. So, going back to, to the self-care subject, yun na nga. So, you just have to change your mindset, your paradigm, and it will all start there. Kasi everything is mindset, I think, ultimately. And then everything else follows. Kasi ima-manifest mo yan Dun lalabas yung actions. Yun.
Yes, that is so true. Totoo. Maraming salamat, Emil and Hasmin, for joining us today. And before I close the show, I would like to, just i-push ko lang ng konti yung sinabi nila. And yes, you keep on hearing acknowledge and awareness on this episode, because at the end of the day, sabi sa inyo guys, if you've been following the Roma Miclat podcast, I keep on saying almost, I think in every episode yata, is the importance of self-awareness. Kasi that's really again, fact of life. Totoo yun. The more that you are aware, the more that you're in touch with yourself, alam mo kung ano yung gusto mo, what can hurt you, what can help you, And it's important na ang bawat isa or every adult should understand or should have that self-awareness. It's a bit hard at first, but it's a work in progress then. It's something that you do for yourself, not for anyone else. It's for you. Lastly, gusto kong sinabi ni Hasmin na that is related to, minimalism, because at the end of the day, sino ka ba without anything, any brand around you? Who are you as a person? Doon mo yun yung very core mo eh. And you'll understand na, oh my gosh, ito pala yun. Hindi pala ito yung nakakapagpasaya talaga sa akin. Hindi pala talaga ito yung nakakapagpagalit sa akin. There is something else. And when you reach that point, I think it's easier for you to really get in touch with yourself and, manifest or do self-care and self-love.
Yes. Amen.
Yes.
Sister.
Thank you so much for listening today. And guys, can you please invite them where to find you in case they wanna, follow you and see or maybe join you sa inyong boxing or Muay Thai?
Go.
I mean, we train in Evolve
Yes.
MMA.
Yeah.
So maybe if you guys want to join, we really we highly encourage you to try martial arts. This is something that changed my life. And maybe I don't know with Hasmin, but it has changed my life, and there are a lot of benefits that you will get from learning martial arts. So
I-plug ko na ha, Roma.
Go.
Student of the month.
Oh my God! Grabe naman siya.
Oh, yay! This January. So watch out for the video. Yeah.
Gosh. Oo, i-repost natin yan para makita at ma-encourage sila. Actually, I wanna try, guys, I really wanna try their, they're very proud of their boxing. Medyo scared pa ako sa Muay Thai, but I wanna try boxing talaga sa Evolve.
You should.
2021 plans. So, yun nga, where to follow you guys?
Instagram, maybe
Yes.
Instagram. My Instagram is emil.stagram. So it's like Instagram, but Emil.
We'll just, we'll flash it there on the screen.
Yes.
But of course, again, guys, if you want to catch them or, you want to say hi to them, punta lang kayo sa Evolve.
Yes.
Punta kayo sa Evolve.
Hey,
Madalas sila-
Roma.
Yes.
Yes, madalas kami every day, almost every day, right? Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I would like to thank you also for
thank
inviting
you.
us.
Definitely.
We really enjoyed this.
Yes.
I didn't realize that we're gonna enjoy it like this.
Yes.
But yes, we did.
diba? That's right.
Guys, hindi halatang kinabahan kayo. Parang sobrang relaxed na kayo.
Parang excited kaming mag-share, diba? Ganon.
Kasi si Roma ang na-overwhelm eh. No?
Parang sige, ay tumigil na kayong dalawa. Ganon. Ganyan.
Grabe naman sila. Oo.
Uy, pero it's really interesting. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. So once again, we have Emil and Hasmin. And this is another episode of the Roma Miclat podcast. Until my next episode. Bye.
Bye.